When you're always the one reaching out, you're always the one texting first, and eventually a question appears. Do they actually still want me around? You text first, you make the plans, you ask the questions, and lately you have asked yourself, am I bothering her? Why hasn't she answered my last 3 messages? And then other thoughts appear. Am I overreacting? Am I too needy? Am I too sensitive? The strange thing is that the friendship hasn't actually ended. Nobody told you anything. There wasn't a fight, there wasn't a goodbye. There's just less and less. Fewer messages, longer silences, more uncertainty. And that uncertainty becomes exhausting because your mind keeps trying to solve a mystery that nobody explained. You think about sending a message, then you delete it. Because what are you supposed to say? Why aren't you answering me? That sounds accusing. Do you still like me? That sounds embarrassing. So you say nothing. Not because you don't care, because you care too much. The hardest part isn't being ignored. The hardest part is not knowing. You don't know if they're busy. You don't know if they're hurt. You don't know if the friendship changed. And because you don't know, your mind fills in the blanks. So, what do we usually do in these situations? Instead of saying anything, you say nothing. You might continue reaching out for a while, timidly, because you don't want to be too much, but you do it less and less. After a while, you stop. And all that's left is this unresolved question: what went wrong? Or we say something, but we wait a long time. And then we explode. All our frustration, fear, but also anger comes out and about. Why are you ignoring me? How come that you never call me? I'm always the one making an effort. Don't you care about me anymore? Apparently, this friendship only matters to me. Usually, neither reaction is helpful. Most people never say anything because they are afraid of sounding needy. When you stay quiet, your pain festers, and this leads to total separation of its source, your friend. And when you burst out with all your frustration and attack your friend, you know what usually happens then. But there is a middle ground between saying nothing and starting a fight. People often start a conversation because they want to know whether the friendship is okay. They want reassurance. They want things to go back to how they were. But that's a lot to ask from one conversation. So, how about changing the goal? Maybe the goal isn't to fix the friendship. Maybe the goal is simply to tell your truth and doing it in a way that doesn't hurt the other person or makes things worse. In a way that could either be a start for an open and calm conversation or just an undramatic expression of your feelings, your thoughts. So I'm asking you, could something like this work? I've been missing you lately. I noticed I'm usually the one reaching out, and I realized I've been feeling a bit disconnected. I don't know what's been going on for you, but our friendship matters to me, and I wanted to tell you how it's been feeling on my side. Notice what's missing. Nobody got accused. Nobody has to defend themselves. You're simply letting someone see what's happening inside you. And notice that you're not asking them to prove they care. You're not asking them to explain themselves. You're not demanding reassurance. You're simply letting them see something they couldn't see before. You're letting them see what's happening inside you. And that matters because people can respond to honesty much more easily than they can respond to accusations. The strange thing is that this conversation doesn't guarantee anything. It doesn't guarantee that the friendship goes back to normal. It doesn't guarantee that you'll get the answer you hoped for. But it might end the guessing. It might end the silent story you've been telling yourself. Because instead of wondering, you finally said something true. And even if you never get an answer, you've done something important. You've treated your own feelings as something that deserves to be said. Because when you stay silent, we abandon ourselves. And when we attack, we abandon the relationship. But honest words protect both.